Hello, and welcome back to a brand new episode of The Green Room, where we take a peek behind the curtain and look at what goes into live theatrical productions here at PCC. Today, we're joined by some of the cast members of two upcoming PCC productions. But as always, I'm your stage manager and host, Michelle Sepulveda. Joining us from Lysistra, choreographer and Old Woman number 2, Lena Harris.
Yay, Old Woman number 2!
And from the ensemble of upcoming musical Evita, Jean-Carlos Baru.
Hello!
John, Lena, how are we doing today?
We're doing fine. We're happy to be here. It's a fun little thing.
I'm
really
so glad
excited to
have
get
you
chatting, Michelle.
Yeah, I love chat.
I'm excited
love
too.
it.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with Lysistra. Lysistra follows women in ancient Greece taking the fate of their country into their own hands. They decide if the men cannot allow peace and end the war, they'll strong arm and blue balls them into it, withholding sex until the war is over.
Yeah.
Lysistra opens April 4th. How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's so soon. It's like we have our first tech rehearsal today, and we open next Friday.
Ooh.
Yeah, next week, April 4th. I'm really excited. I mean, it's such a silly show. I've been talking to everyone I've been like, come see the show too. I'm like, it's stupid. It's a stupid, dumb, silly show, and you have to watch it. It's very relevant to what's happening in the world, even though it takes place in ancient Greece. We definitely pop in some like relevancy into it, and it's fun. It's silly, and I'm excited for an audience to come in and see it, because that just like brings in a whole new energy that, you know, it gets kind of sad and redundant when you're doing funny things and like nobody's laughing. So gotta get some people in there.
I'm excited to see it. So you're a dancer and you're choreographing the show. What's that been like? And have you choreographed anything else before?
Yeah, I've done a little bit of choreographing. I'm a dance teacher, so I've worked with my kids. They're not really kids. Some of them are like actually 18, but like whatever, you know what? They're young.
To you, they're young.
Yeah, right. They're kids. But it's been great. Working more with my peers and not dancers but actors is like always a challenge, because like in my brain I'm like, do this and this and this, and then like not really explaining it thoroughly, and then everyone's just like, what are you talking about? And having to go back and like actually explain it through with like knowing that, you know, they're not as used to it as I am. So that's always like a challenge for me sometimes. But there's like 2 main dances in the show. So like nothing too crazy, but there's old people kind of vibing, sexy dance. So it's silly, it's stupid. So it's a lot of fun to work on.
It sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
What would you say has been your favorite moment in rehearsal so far?
I've really enjoyed just like working with the crew and the cast. Everyone is like so welcoming, so fun, especially our assistant director, Meadow. They are a professional clowns, so cool. They're like the coolest person ever. Like just like getting to like learn comedy and like work with someone who's like a professional in that, and like that's just been very educational for me personally, and I'm sure everyone else. But
awesome.
Yeah, that's been really, really cool. I feel really honored.
That sounds so great.
Yeah, it's cool.
We're going to take a quick intermission, but don't go anywhere, because we're going to learn a little bit more about Evita with John.
Wow.
PCC TV presents a very special episode of the AV Club.
Hey, 4 Eyes, you better listen up.
Maybe they're right. I am a loser. Maybe I'd just be better off killing myself.
No, Eddie, no!
A community comes together
We have to show everyone that our differences are what make us special.
to end bullying once and for all.
That's what being part of the AV Club is all about.
Yeah!
This Thursday, a very special episode of the AV Club, followed by Impractical Jokers Lavapalooza at 9.
Welcome back from a very special commercial break. We're here in the green room with Lena Harris from Lysistra and Jean-Carlos Baru from Evita.
Yay!
So Evita the musical tells the tale of the short but impactful life of Eva Perón, an actor, activist, and Argentinian political leader who fought for the rights of many. Joining us from the cast is Jean. John, how are rehearsals going?
They're going fine. We've had a couple of different scheduling issues, but for the most part, it's been a real treat to get to really dig deep into the music. It is so dynamic, and there's so much to go over. At first glance, when I was reading it, I would really go, wait, what? This seems really simple. But when you really take a look at it and really trying to make it happen, there's so much going on that you have to be aware of. And I think that's just been the best part about musicals.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was the audition process like for this show, and how did you prepare for it?
Yeah, so for me, first and foremost, because I've had quite a few bad experiences, not being in tip-top condition for an audition, I feel like I have an extra amount of incentive to really make sure that I'm in the best of my health, really make sure that my voice is very well taken care of. So that's really first and foremost what I take care of is I drink my tea, I try and eat well to make sure I'm not, about to throw up mid-audition. Been there.
Oh no.
Not fully thrown up, but
my
just like
God.
had that need and really had it affect me. That's just something I have to be aware of now. But between that and just, getting a real good feel for the music that I've, brought in for this audition, I brought in a song from Heather's, which was really fun.
Oh, cool. What song?
It was Freeze Your Brain.
Good.
So I got to belt out a little bit. And I feel like I did well, and obviously I did get in.
Well enough.
But that was just, part of my process was just learning the music and getting comfortable with it.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're taking better care of yourself.
Yeah, good. Learn our lessons.
What would you say is the hardest part about being an ensemble?
Probably just this weird feeling of, do I really matter to this? Like, is this something that I should really be putting all of my effort towards when there's just not that much impact? But I feel personally that fear is a lot eased when it comes to certain shows like this one, where there are so many moving pieces, the music is chopped up into so many parts, and there are so many different harmonies that I really feel validated and I really feel impactful when I do well and when I do bad. So I really feel, okay, I need to put my best foot forward, I need to be active, I need to be participating. And I think the fear of being an ensemble is that you aren't participating as much, but with this show specifically, that is just not what I feel.
It's so beautiful and poetic. Well, I want to dive back into some of your old PCC productions.
Oh.
You both were part of the original cast of Shush the Musical.
Yes.
How does
Yes,
it
we
feel
were.
to be part of an originating cast?
Oh my God. That was a lot of fun. It was
Yeah,
great.
it was really special, I think.
Yeah.
Being the first ones to do this show, obviously there was the workshop,
Yeah.
but that was just a workshop. This was really us putting the foot to the gas, giving it all we had, and having the opportunity to be infinitely creative and have infinite freedom because there wasn't this fear of maintaining authenticity to somebody else's work.
Yeah.
It was ours. Every time we looked at something that was done, it was something that we did. It was our choice made, and I think the main selling point for us being in the show was choice. You got to do so much and you had to make so many decisions, and I think by the end of it we were really proud of what came out.
I mean, also we got to work with the creators of it, the people who
That was so
wrote the
cool.
music and the show, everything. So we weren't just taking it and running with it and they had no say about it. They were part of the process, and they were very much do all of the things you're saying.
No, it was such an interesting amount of collaboration. I feel most artists have this fear of clashing together. That was just not a thing for Shush. For Shush, it was really just this coming together and everyone's ideas mixing together so fluidly. It was very special. It was very interesting.
Yeah, I think everyone definitely felt valued as the individual, even as the ensemble. We were very important. We did a lot.
Ooh, yeah.
We
You
did a
guys
lot.
did a lot.
We did a lot. So yeah, it was really, really cool.
I'm really glad it was such a good experience for you guys, and Shush is my favorite PCC production. I'm so
That's
glad
a good one.
It
you
was-
guys
I'm
got
really
to be
proud of
part of
how it
that
came out.
legacy.
Yeah.
So what would you say are some of the standout moments from the show?
Standout moments. I feel like there was a lot. That was just such a fun summer.
You know, for me, it was just this, like I said, with this infinite amount of creativity, I got to do so many things that I never expected to do in this musical. I do a lot of stage combat, and it was really fun getting a constant stream of yes ands from Will Hickman and the other
Our director.
assistant directors.
Will
Yeah, director
Hickman.
Will Hickman, rest in peace.
He
He's
moved
not
away.
dead.
He
He's
moved
not dead.
away. He's not dead. He just is not,
Not dead,
at PCC
just-
anymore.
But
Not
it was
here
just this really validating and freeing feeling to be able to really give it all that I had and get this feedback and be able to, you know, just punch my co-stars and punch
Oh.
I wasn't actually
There
hitting
was
them.
quite a lot
There was a
of
lot of
stage
violence.
combat in a library. Like, we were
Yeah.
fighting a lot.
There was a
There, I
lot of
mean, it
fighting.
was set in a library, but there was a lot happening that probably shouldn't happen in a library. Yeah, it was, I mean, for me, I like hadn't done a musical since I was like 7. I was in like Annie, so like this was
Aw.
like the first show, like musical I had done in a while. So I think like what you were saying with like our director Will and just like everyone, cast, crew, and production, like everything, everyone was so welcoming, very much yes and like that. I mean, I'm scared to sing. Singing is scary. Like that for me, that's
is
like
very scary.
very vulnerable. It's so, but it, you know, didn't feel so intimidating being in such like a warm environment. Like you felt like you could
Yeah.
try things and like, again, be silly and dumb, and like
Yeah.
it all worked. It was
Yeah.
all great. Like
It was very great.
Yeah, yeah, it was really such a fun experience.
I'm
so
so
happy we got to
glad.
do it.
So before we close out, do you guys have any final thoughts that you would like to share with the audience about your shows?
Come, watch them. They're good.
Yeah.
They're really relevant right now. They're both very feminist forward pieces, and that's very important, and you should come and really start thinking about that.
Yeah, come. It's a silly, goofy time, but yeah, again, it's also empowering too. So, yeah, come see it.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you, Lena, Jean, for joining me
you.
in the green room. And don't forget to catch Lysistra opening April 4th and Evita opening June 7th.
Yes, come please. Theater is important.
If I could describe this show, it'll just be like silly.
Funny.
Risque.
Silly.
Promiscuous.
Sexy.
Women.
Hilarious.
Creative. Revolutionary.
Joy.